Well, I'd probably have to say the main problem with this non-starting outboard motor is just that it hasn't gotten use enough. It's been a year since it ran, and looking at the sailboat, it's probably been a year since the boat was taken out as well. So probably all we're dealing with is a motor that's hard to start because it's just not getting enough use. Let's see if we can get it going. That's right, I'm Buck Weezer, and welcome to another riveting video with Buck's Small Engine DIY on YouTube, special vacation edition. And yeah, so I mean, it's fun working on stuff. So even when you're on vacation, let's take a look at this outboard motor and see if we can get it started. Thank you for joining me. We are putting the do into do-it-yourself. Now let's get started. All right, so here's our engine. It's a 9.9 horsepower tracker. It's a two-stroke motor, two-cycle motor, so it runs on the mixed fuel. I was told that the fuel they use is the pre-mixed stuff that's really expensive, so they don't have to mix it with... so I know it's not got an ethanol in there. That there is some fuel in this tank. I don't see any fuel in the inline fuel filter. There's a primer bulb to start the flow, and I'm just going to see what we've got here on the boat before I make any decisions about taking it down or taking it off the boat to see what's going on. Just going to see what we can learn. My first question is, why 9.9? Couldn't they have found 1/10 of a horsepower more to make it a 10 horsepower motor? Oh well. Well, I'm not a marine guy. I don't have a lot of experience with these engines. Just trying to make some observations here. So we've got our shifter, neutral, reverse, and forward, as well as that works as a throttle. So I think. So put it in neutral. I'm not sure if this is some kind of primer bulb on the end of the handle. I'm assuming that. I'm not sure. This is pull to prime. It's the idle speed control, pull to prime, so I suppose that's a choke for starting. And this does rotate for idle speed, fast for start, and you can lower it down. Guess that's what that is. This, I'm thinking, might be the kill switch when you want to shut it down. I don't know which position is run and which is stop. I think that's what that might be. Obviously, you know, we have to lower it into the water to run it. Don't want to run it out of the water as it is now elevated. Although I think we could attempt just an initial start to see what happens with it up, albeit briefly. As I pull the starting rope, you know, that feels like, it feels about right. You know, you can feel the compression that the motor has, so I don't suspect any problems there. So let's just work through what would be a normal starting procedure and see what we get. All right, we've added fuel to the tank. We've squeezed this bulb to start the action, and that, I think we're all right there. Let's pull the choke. Our kill switch is up, and I assume that's the run position. This seems to be a primer bulb of sorts. Try that. I need to lower it into the water, but I think I can try to just real quickly see if it'll start. Once I lower it, it's hard to access. Right. Didn't feel anything happening there. Maybe I got the switch in the wrong position. Well, I would doubt that down is run. All right, that's my workout for today. We didn't get anywhere. Guess I have to pop that cover off and dig a little deeper.
On.
All right, so we got the cover off. Initial observations is I see some wetness down here, which is probably fuel related. I see clean, shiny spark plugs, so they may not be that old. And I think what I want to do is just do a simple test, very briefly, with a shot of starting fluid directly into the carburetor throat. And see if it'll fire briefly on the starting fluid. And that will confirm some things for us. So let's just try that real quick and see what we get. Okay. That actually popped real quick. I'm going to try it again. I feel like it's starting to pop a little bit right there. All right, so you can see it wanting to fire there. So that confirms that we've got compression and we've got spark, and our issue is carburation. Our issue is fuel. It also confirms that we have our kill switch in the correct position to run. So I'm a little concerned about all the wetness I see there. I don't know if that carburetor just needs to be taken apart, cleaned out, and put back together. But that's probably the direction I want to go right now, because I think fuel is definitely where our problem lies. All right, so we got it to pop briefly on starting fluid, and it's making me think that my assumption about this just hasn't seen enough use, and that's why it's being stubborn. I don't want to dive into a carburetor project on a machine that I'm not familiar with. I'd like to just try to get it started a little bit here. We've lowered it into the water. I just want to try to get it started, and maybe it'll be all right. And if we use it more frequently, that might be the only thing we're dealing with. So that's what we're hoping. So let's see if we can get it to really run now. All right, I think we're ready to give this a try. Bright sunshine today. We went ahead and replaced the fuel line. The other one was significantly deteriorated, although I don't know if that was really the cause of the non-start. So I'm going to try and hope maybe this will work for us. Up. Pulled for choke. I want to try a little starting fluid, as we did before. See if it wants to cooperate. It does want to cooperate. Didn't stay cooperating.
No?
All right, not starting now.
Oh, it was the starter?
Well, it ran longer than the starting fluid I put in there would have fueled it, I think.
Yeah. Should have bought it. Leave it open.
What's that?
Leave it on choke for a minute when it, yeah.
Yeah, I do have it on choke.
Yeah.
Still on choke. Off choke. Slowing down.
Leave it on. I'd leave it on choke for a couple minutes, let it get.
All right. Shouldn't take that much time on choke.
No?
Just an initial kick.
Huh.
I would think you would be able to take it off at choke pretty quickly.
Really? See, I always let it run until.
Well, maybe that's correct. I don't know. There we go. Still on choke. It's running.
It's running.
When do you recommend I take it off choke?
Alright, go ahead.
Okay. And I still have this idle adjustment on fast.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't sound like it's running very fast.
No, it doesn't. But it's running.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
Let it sit and run.
Seems like it's picking up a little speed. The low idle, but I didn't hear any change. Getting a little smoke. Might not be a problem. It just might be burning off a little. Hasn't run in a while. So it's pumping water for cooling. That's good. Revving up.
Yeah.
Remember it's smoking before?
I think it did.
Probably.
Yeah. Seems like it's smoking less.
Yeah, it smokes when I throttled it up.
But it's running.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Well, that's it, folks. We got the tracker by Mercury Marine back in business. I think, again, the problem was simply it's been a long time since it ran, and Things work better when you use them frequently. In an ideal world, if I had the time, and I would want to pull that carburetor out of there and give it a cleaning and a rebuild. But I'm on vacation and don't have the time or opportunity to do that. So hopefully we're good to go now for this sailboat and this little outboard motor. Thank you for watching, and remember, only you can put the do into do-it-yourself. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.